Okay. Suppose you are the district collector in one of the districts of Punjab. Highlight 3 steps that you will take as the district collector in one of the districts of Punjab.
You are also you had Punjabi literature as your option, right?
Yes.
Now tell me, which was the golden era of Punjabi literature in terms of Indian history?
Okay. First, you did your electrical engineering in 2014. Then you did your management from IIM 2016. Then, as I can see, you worked in Wipro as a sales consultant. Then you applied for SSC and you are currently working as inspector in GST and Central Excise. And now you are aspiring for civil services. Why you are continuously changing your goalpost? Narinder. Yes. How are you doing, Narinder?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay. Narinder, introduce yourself by highlighting the learnings that you have drawn from your experiences.
Sir, I have done BTech in electrical engineering, which has taught me to be more analytical, and it has given me insights, deep insights into the technology. After that, sir, I did postgraduate diploma in management from IIM Rohtak, which gave me insights into the management and how to manage people and the resources. After that, sir, I joined Wipro as consultant, where I worked for nearly 3 years. This job experience helped me again in the learning more about people's management and learning about new IT technologies which are being used. After that, sir, I joined GST as an inspector, where I'm currently working. And so this job has given me more insights about the way the government works and the importance of government in our country.
Professional engagements. Highlight your achievements in your life.
Yes, sir. Uh, so the first achievement that I consider is that by pursuing weight training and weightlifting, I have learned the art of balancing things in life. So this activity, it helps me to balance both my professional activities as well as the other side of my life. So the second achievement that I consider is that throughout the experiences of my life, I have learned to like understand people's emotion and how they are feeling. So this helps me to actually interact with them in a more deeper way.
Narinder, you come from Mohali, Punjab. Now, Punjab has always been a front runner in sports, but since few years, we are noticing a trend that Punjab is falling behind, especially when you compare with its own neighboring state, Haryana, is falling behind in sports. Also, the Northeast is doing very well with respect to sports. What is the major reason, according to you, why Punjab is not performing like it used to do in the sporting arena?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first reason I feel is that the drug problem, it has taken deep toll on the youth of Punjab, and as their energy, it is getting channelized into the in a wrong way, so they are not performing well in sports. The another reason is that the states like Haryana, they are offering a much higher amount to the sports person, and the government jobs like which are very less in case of Punjab. So because of that reason as well, the youth, they are not attracted to the sports. The third reason, sir, I feel is that the in Punjab there is a culture of going abroad, but in Haryana it is of like going for government job, and generally like the sports persons, they get the government jobs, so that's why they are going for these jobs. But in Punjab, sir, the most of the people, they are going abroad.
Okay. There also seems that there will be in near future a water crisis in Punjab. Do you have any idea what I'm referring to?
Yes, sir. Sir, at present in Punjab, after the Green Revolution, the water has been extracted through the tube wells, which has led to lowering down of the groundwater level. Secondly, the fertilizers and the pesticides used in the fields, they have entered into the streams and rivers and like penetrated into the groundwater as well. All these things, they have led to uh, the problem of scarcity of potable drinking water.
Okay. Suppose you are the district collector in one of the districts of Punjab. Highlight 3 steps that you will take as the district collector in one of the districts of Punjab.
Sir, to alleviate a particular problem,
General steps which you feel considering the problems and challenges and prospects in 3 steps.
yes, sir. Sir, the one problem I would take step I will take step towards improving the condition of women and particularly lowering down the particularly improving the sex ratio in case of Punjab, which is quite low, through awareness and like strict enforcement of the laws. The second is in Punjab, the issue of corruption, like it is also one of the major limelights in the country. So I will try to use technology to bring that down. The third is the drug issue. It has taken huge proportions in Punjab. So to tackle it, I will ensure better coordination with the central forces as well as like holding cultural events to channelize the energy of youth in the right direction.
Your take on 3D politics.
Sir, according to me, freebies, no doubt, they provide benefits to the poor and people at times, but as such, they should not be encouraged like in a reckless manner because they can lead to debt burden on the government. Apart from that, they also encourage a person not to work and to depend on the government.
What is the present outstanding debt on Punjab?
Sir, it is quite high, but I'm not exactly aware about the figure.
If you look at the composition of that debt, what it is mostly made out of, long term debt or short term debt or mid term debt?
Sorry, sir, I'm not sure about it.
Narinder, you did your bachelor's in electrical engineering from IIT Roper. Now, can you tell me something about the evolution of IIT Roper, how this institute came into existence?
So most of the IITs, they were established earlier. Like
Just talk about this IIT. Sir,
IIT Ropar, it was established in 2008 and it was established in Punjab because at that time Punjab was not having any IIT. Uh, the first batch came in 2008 and so at that time it was its campus, it was near Satluj River, which was a transitory campus. However, now the new campus has been made, which is over 500 acres and it has shifted there. Recently, IIT Ropar has made many progress as far as its academic achievements are concerned. Firstly, in the international rankings, IIT Ropar has started making its name due to the research publications that have been published. Secondly, sir, IIT Ropar, it has also made its name because it has introduced certain programs such as artificial intelligence, which are new to the IIT curriculum.
uh, although you have studied electrical engineering, yet you opted for literature of Punjabi language. Any specific reason for that?
Yes, sir. Sir, as a working professional, I was having very less amount of time to prepare. So I opted for this optional as it has less syllabus. But more importantly, sir, my father, he himself is a master's in Punjabi literature, and that actually in a way eliminated the need of going for professional coaching, which would have taken my time as well as resources.
Inspired from your father. Yes. Okay, good. You must be aware that although Punjabi is the well established mainstream language of this country, there are several dialects which exist within the broad framework of Punjabi. And one such dialect is Duabi. Have you heard about it? Yes. Duabi.
So, can you say something in Duabi and then translate it for everybody's benefit? But keep this in mind that whatever you say should have some deep philosophical meaning. And if you're finding it hard in Duabi, you can use mainstream Punjabi as well.
So can I take a few moments to think? Thank you. Sir, I'm finding it hard to find any particular quote or
You can make one.
sure, sir. Sir, will it be okay if I use the Maji, which is like a main Punjabi language, if you allow? So there is a famous quote by Waris Shah. It's not exactly Maji language, but it has connections to Maji language because Waris Shah, he was around this area only. Wadadiyan sajadadiyan nibban siran de naal. So basically here Waris Shah is telling that the habits that a one person forms, they always remain with the person and never leave him until his or her death.
What habit have you formed which still persists with you?
So one habit that I formed a long time back in my childhood was to deeply think on the issues, be it related to my personal life or my professional life, and to persist for a long time. So these are still continuing, and because of this reasons, I'm again and again appearing for UPSC civil services because I believe that the persistence, it will definitely yield good results.
Uh, Narinder, do you believe with this philosophical stand of Varisha that a habit once developed will remain forever?
Sir, I do not agree with this statement. There is another author, sir, in case of English non-fiction, James Clear, who in his book The Habit has written that the habits, they are actually result of our long time activity. So once a person develops a positive mindset and starts pursuing a new activity, so over the period of time that will become a new habit. So I believe habits can be changed.
Give a slogan for rehabilitation of drug addicts. You can use any language, English or Punjabi.
Sir, can I take a few more moments to think if you allow? Yes, sir. ਨਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡੋ ਕੁਰਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰੋਂ ਵੱਢੋ. So basically, sir, it basically I've just found it. It basically means that leave the drugs and along with that leave the social evils as well because they both of them have a deep connection with each other. Yes,
Arjun Singh, whom am I referring to?
so fifth guru of Sikhs.
Another?
Sir, a person from the defense background, but I'm not exactly able to recall.
Another?
Sir, other people I'm not able to recall.
Your father's name is also Arjun Singh. Narinder, 15th of July, what is this day celebrated worldwide as?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall.
Can you name two people, two celebrities from outside India who share the date of birth with you?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall it.
Okay, two people from India, if you can remember.
Not able to recall.
One person from Punjab.
Sorry, sir, not able to recall.
Jalandhar is famous for hockey. There's a village close by. Which village am I referring to? Which is called uh, the which produces maximum number of hockey players. It's called as a stable of hockey players. Name three players who are from.
Sir, one is Prabjot Singh. Sir, the others I'm not able to recall.
Not fond of hockey as such.
Sir, I'm a sports guy, I don't watch it.
Which sports do you follow?
Sir, I have never like watched sports that much, but I like to follow the scores or the performance. Uh, but I like to pursue weightlifting and weight training.
Apart from weightlifting and weight training, which other sports do you follow?
So last time I had followed Olympics, and like whenever the matches they take place of the Indian cricket team, I like to follow them.
Three special events in relation to the Olympics last year in terms of India's performance.
Sir, the first was that in athletics, India won a gold medal, and that too in javelin throw, which was the first time. The second is, I think in javelin throw it was the first time. Athletics, sir, I'm not sure about. The second was that I think it's a field and track events it is. The second was that Mirabai Chanu, she got the silver medal in wrestling. It was expected of her that she will win the gold medal, but she missed by a small margin. Another was it was weightlifting, sir. Another was that India had high expectations from its shooters. So it was expected that some gold medals and at least silver medals will come. But India was not able to win any medal in that thing.
What about the hockey performance?
Sir, in case of hockey, Indian men, they won the bronze medal. Indian women, they also performed well, and however, they were not able to win any medal, but they came fourth, which was an achievement.
In the men's hockey, uh, was it the first time India won a bronze medal, or what? Have you won a bronze medal earlier also?
Sir, in the earlier Olympics as well, India has performed well in Olympics, particularly in case of hockey, and yes, a bronze medal has been won earlier.
When was that?
I'm not, sir, exactly sure about it.
Last time we won a gold at the Olympics.
Sir, one was the Abhinav Bindra.
Talking about hockey.
Sure about.
Any idea of the number of gold medals we have won in hockey in the Olympics? Has India ever won the World Cup in hockey? This is the third time you are entering the interview stage in the civil services. What happened in the first two instances?
Sir, in the first instance, it was a stress interview. The marks I got was average, 157 I got. In the second interview, sir, I missed a lot of questions, and there were some problems that I identified. Like I was interrupting the board members in between. Their questions were particularly very long, 4 minutes long questions. So I wasn't actually used to that kind of environment. It was a shock for me in the actual interview. So I think that became the major reason because of which my score came down and I got 140.
Okay. How was performance in the prelims and the main?
So this time or previous time? So last time in prelims, most of the times I get around 110 to 120, but this time I got 124 marks. I got the call for the forest services exam as well. In the mains, last time I was not that prepared. I got 721 marks. This time around, sir, but I have studied for like nearly 90 days regularly, 8 hours day. So I'm expecting that this time around the score it will be really good. And sir, I have taken help of sir as well and ma'am for the preparation. So I'm expecting a good score in it.
Okay, you said you are a member of the weightlifting team and weight training, and this is what you are practicing also these days. Tell me what's the difference between weightlifting and weight training?
Sir, weightlifting, it is a competitive event, whereas weight training, uh, it is actually an activity which is pursued on regular basis to improve the strength of the body.
Tell me five different weight training exercises which are done.
Sir, the 5 different exercises are for the chest muscle group. Uh, bench press is done with the barbell. For the shoulders, seated bench barbell shoulder press, it is done. For the latissimus dorsi or the back muscles, lat pull down is generally done. For the legs, leg press is generally done for improving the strength. For the arms and the biceps group of muscles, uh, bicep curls with the help of a barbell, they are done.
You are also you had Punjabi literature as your option, right?
Yes.
Now tell me, which was the golden era of Punjabi literature in terms of Indian history?
Sir, I believe the Guru Kal, that is the period during which the gurus they were refining Punjabi. I think that was the golden period.
And name three figures who are of prominence in Punjabi literature.
Yes, sir. Amrita Pritam, who has been considered as voice of women. Secondly, Nanak Singh, because it is believed that he brought the Punjabi stories, which are mostly around wars, towards the social evils and the various realities which were existing in Punjab. Uh, thirdly, Sant Singh Sekho, because he is a person who wrote most of the things on the basis of rational and logic.
Who, which of the figures in Punjabi literature interests you the most?
Sir, it is Amrita Pritam.
Okay, name three of her compositions.
Sir, Sunere, Kaagaz te Canvas, Prasiddhi Ticket.
Can you recite one stanza from Baba Bulle Shah's compositions?
Yes, sir. ਅਵਲ ਆਖਰ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਦੂਜਾ ਹੋਰ ਪਛਾਣਾ ਮੈਥੋਂ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਸਿਆਣਾ ਬੁੱਲਾ कि नाम है कौन. So basically, this is a stanza from one of the kafis of Bulleh Shah, where he is talking about his oneness with the Almighty, but also referring to his uh, teacher as well.
Thank you, Narinder.
Narinder, Narinder, you are from Mohali.
Yes.
It is also known as Sahibzada Ajit Singh. Nagar. Why?
Sir, this place, it has been named after one of the Sahibzadas of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, that is Sahibzada Ajit Singh.
Any specific reason why only Ajit Singh ji?
Sir, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, they were mostly stationed around Anandpur, where their killas still exist, and most of the wars had taken place around that region. So, Sahibzada Ajit Singh Nagar, it is quite close in to that region. So, I think because of that reason, it has been named as Sahibzada Ajit Singh Nagar to honor the Sahibzada.
Okay. Economy of Mohali. It depends on what? Primarily.
Yes, sir. So, majorly, it is agriculture, which is driving the economy of Mohali. But apart from that, now Punjab government, it has also started like introducing the IT parks in case of Mohali, and many of the companies such as Quark, they have started coming there, and even Infosys has its campus there. So basically now that has also started contributing to the economy.
What identifies urban areas and rural areas?
Sir, it is on the basis of the kind of activities that are pursued and the population.
Economy depends on agriculture.
Sir, if we talk about the district,
So primarily the Mohali will be considered as a rural area.
sir, not exactly sure about the facts and the figures.
Okay. You are unmarried, right?
Yes.
What is your take on marriage? And why you are still unmarried? Any specific reason?
Sir, uh, civil services, it has been a goal from a long time. So I'm still pursuing that goal. So because of that reason, I am still not married, sir.
Okay. Uh, do you have a virtue of balancing personal and professional life?
Yes, sir.
On that note, don't you think you should get married on time? Does marriage acts as a hindrance in realizing your goal?
I think has many of the positives because it allows a person to basically share one's emotions with the other person. And so, considering this fact, marriage is definitely a good thing. But on the other hand, it also brings lots of responsibilities as well. So, marriage is definitely a good institution, but sir, considering the toughness of the civil services examination, which requires a lot of hard work, I think I will not be able to do justice to marriage if I marry now. So that's why, sir, I first want to go for the civil services, and after that, I will marry.
Okay. Your mother belongs to Kapurthala. Yes. What are the different types of coaches produced in Kapurthala?
Sir, I'm not aware about that.
Okay. First, you did your electrical engineering in 2014. Then you did your management from IIM 2016. Then, as I can see, you worked in Wipro as a sales consultant. Then you applied for SSC and you are currently working as inspector in GST and Central Excise. And now you are aspiring for civil services. Why you are continuously changing your goalpost?
Sir, all of these have been a step towards the civil services, which like I have been aspiring for the long time. I appeared first time for the civil services in 2015. At that time, I knew that civil services preparation, it takes a long time, and I didn't want my professional growth to stop. So I pursued MBA at the same time. And after MBA, I took up the job because I wanted to be financially independent and grow at the same time. However, I kept on preparing for the civil services as well. But during the job, I felt that it was important for me to get more time for preparation for civil services. So I gave the SSC CGL examination and I joined the government services, that is the job of an inspector, so that like after 7 or 8 p.m. I have time for myself for the preparation. So I will say my last job, it has also been a step for me towards my final goal.
So that many aspirants like you, they join lower level government job just to prepare for civil services. Do you think that such kind of uh, act might prevent them from giving their full potential to the government job which they have joined? Just like you have joined as inspector of GST, and now you're preparing for civil services as well. Are you doing justice with your current job?
Sir,
Don't you
the
think it is leading to wastage of government resources?
responsibilities which are actually expected from me as a GST inspector, I have been doing them to like as per the expectations. And sir, my seniors, they have been happy with the kind of work that I have done. Firstly, sir, I have taken many of the initiatives in my job which were actually not a part of my responsibility, such as I have trained many people in my department, particularly in case of computer literacy and the things, so that they can easily prepare the reports. And secondly, they have also helped me in learning more about the GST. So, sir, it is my first priority to first all complete all the tasks that are related to office, and sometimes I even work after the office hours. But after that, whatever time I get, I devote that to my goal, that is the civil services.
Okay. In your zonal preference, can you tell me a criteria which you have used to fill your zonal preference? Any specific criteria which you have?
Yes, sir, I have kept zone 1 at the top because Punjab is my home state. I have kept, sir, zone 3 at the second place because UP and Bihar and these areas, they are also close to my home. And apart from that, so UP, it is really a very big cadre. So that gives a lot of opportunities for the as a growth for the growth as a civil servant. Thirdly, sir, I have kept Maharashtra and Gujarat and this zone at number 3 because the economy in case of Maharashtra and Gujarat, it is very diversified. So as a civil servant, I think I will get lots of opportunities to work in various areas. After that, sir, I have kept the southern states at number 4 because many of the southern states, they are also performing well and their economy is also growing. So I feel as a civil servant, I will also get a lot of opportunities.
It's at fifth position. Sir,
One is the distance factor and another, sir, is the security factor.
what kind of security factor?
Sir, it is generally said that these regions, they are actually prone to insurgency. And
Particular region of the country is prone to insurgency. Should a civil servant refrain from uh, working there?
servant should can definitely work there. But sir, if given a choice, I will like to opt it at the end.
Your life more than public service.
If I have to give my life for it, I will definitely give it. But sir, if I have a choice, I will definitely like to opt it at the later.
Also, see your service preference, custom and excise revenue services are at fifth position. What I felt was that it should have been at first because you are currently working in GST. You have first-hand experience of what GST is all about, what indirect tax is all about, how the department and functions. So you should have kept it at first position. Don't you think that?
So one of the factors that appeals me about the civil services, particularly IAS, is the kind of diversity it provides. and the faster promotions and the growth, which is actually not present in case of Indian customs and excise, though it is a good service as well. Because of this reason, sir, I have kept IAS at the top.
Okay. In your life, have you ever held a leadership position apart from your job? So,
Throughout my life, I have been taking various leadership initiatives. So when I was in IIM Rohtak, as it was a new IIM, there was no gym there in the campus. However, many people they wanted to join the gym, and the gyms they were very far away from the campus. So I took the leadership initiative at that time. I formed a group of students who contributed 300 rupees each. So I was able to collect nearly 9,000 rupees, and using that money, I bought all the gym equipments after negotiating with the shopkeepers, and I established a small gym inside the campus.
prominent weaknesses, and don't portray your strengths as weakness. Genuine weaknesses, I'm talking about.
So one of my weaknesses that I like to do many tasks at one time. So that actually is a weakness because it can reduce the efficiency. My another weakness is that because of my ambitious nature, sometimes I take big risks, which sometimes result in loss as well. And because of that reason, it also becomes a weakness.
Instance where it resulted into losses.
Sir, sir, can I take a moment to recall? Sir, when once I was actually working out uh, in gym for the strength training, and so I at that time uh, wanted to build my strength as much as possible in less time. So I started actually lifting very heavy weights because I wanted to build as much strength as possible. However, it resulted in an injury. So this actually became a lesson for me, and it actually shows that I'm actually as a person who likes to take risks for achieving things.
Okay. You secured ninth rank in international level science talent examination. You are a scientific person then. Yes. How science shapes politics, especially in India.
Sir, in India, the people who have the science background and are educated, uh, they most of the times, instead of going for the caste-based politics, like to vote on the basis of the development which has been done by a particular party. So in this way, science shapes the politics in case of India.
Okay. One last question from my side. You have done your management in post graduation. You must be aware about Taylor's principle, scientific management. Okay. Uh, you must have heard about Taylor's mental revolution. Not a question. Thank you.
One final question before we end this interaction. Give one message to the youth of this country.
So work hard until your idols become your rivals. Idols become your rivals.
Thank you very much. And that your interview is over.
Yes, sir.
We will reconnect with you in some time.
Yes.
Your performance on a scale of 10.
7, sir.
Okay. Narinder, first, let us understand that this is not a test of your knowledge. Yes. Right? Because your knowledge has already been tested in the prelims and in the mains. This is a test of your personality. Now, what is being tested here? First, What kind of values do you possess as a person? Second, can you be trained if you are selected? Third, do you have intellectual depth or you are intellectually shallow? What kind of temperament do you hold? Are you a problem solver? Are you a decision maker? Can you resolve crisis? Whether you respond or react. Do you have any kind of political, economic, or social bias, prejudice, etc.? Do you have an inclusive mindset? Do you understand that? These are the things that are being tested. Are you inquisitive? Are you a good listener? Can you engage with multiple stakeholders? What kind of communication skills do you have? Can you think out of the box? Are you good at taking initiatives? Do you get it? So this is what is being tested. So let me highlight the good things first about your interview. You are very well dressed for the occasion. Your communication skills are also good. You articulate your thoughts very well. You present your arguments very well. Some of your answers were very good, especially why Punjab is lagging in sports, that question, groundwater crisis, and learnings that you have drawn, the very first question from your experiences. Then social issues based question, there also you answered very well. But this is a critical analysis team. So let me highlight those areas where you require improvement. So first I'll start with the moment you entered into the room. You looked very confident. You wished everyone. That was very nice. But you were too eager to sit. Actually, what is being tested is whether you can wait for orders or you rush. That is what is being tested here, right? So stand beside the chair and wait for your opportunity. Obviously, it will be a 30-35 minute affair. Nobody will keep on talking to you if you are standing. They will definitely ask you to sit. So wait for that opportunity. Then you took long pauses and sometimes you started thinking, you went onto a thinking trail.
So can I?
Yes.
Sir, actually, this was from a previous experience. Actually, I'm a kind of a person who responds immediately. But what I observed there was the members, they were speaking very long questions and then taking a 5-10 pause, a 5-second pause. I felt now they have completed and I should start. So when I started, they again started. So it was like a kind of interruption. So I take my time to reorganize and to make sure that the members they have finished.
You must understand the underlying feature of the question. Now, if I say, suppose I'm building a background for a question, I'm saying that although India is prosperous, but there are several social issues, social evils which still persist in India. It means I have yet not completed my question. Right? So you have to develop that wisdom to understand that whether this is the question or it is the background of the question. What happened was when the question was complete and I said, say 3 things. You took a pause, then you said, sir, can I have a few moments to think? So you should say it immediately. You can take a pause of 2-3 seconds, but the pauses were 8-10 second pauses. They were quite long, so it gave an impression as if it is deliberate strategy rather than a natural pause. 2-3 seconds would be enough, right? The eye contact was appropriate. In many answers, many questions, you gave this answer. It was a patent line. Sorry, sir, I cannot recall. Sorry, sir, I cannot recall. With the minor exception of Kapurthala question, where you said, sir, I am not aware. When you say, sorry, sir, I cannot recall, it creates an impression that you have read everything under the sun and you cannot recall. Do you understand that? So use better ways to respond when you are not aware about the answer. Like say, for example, you can say, sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it, but I will definitely read about it. Thank you, sir, for enlightening me. I will go and check it. Sir, I think I have to read more about it. So this shows that you are humble when you do not know and you are willing to learn rather than saying, I cannot recall. And many a times you said no immediately. You took pauses, but you did not take pause to say no. This shows that yes, there were some questions which sir asked specifically. Idea was not to get your answer. The idea was to see how do you respond when you do not know. Do you get it? So you must invest some time in thinking. Like suppose your superiors say that, Narinder, how should we frame this policy? Suppose it's a policy which is around tribal groups and you have not studied anthropology. You say, sorry, sir, I don't say about it. At least give some thought. And after giving some, ये लगना चाहिए कि you are making some effort, right? That was missing. So 2-3 second pauses just to think about it, slightly lower your gaze down, think about it, and then you can smile and say, sir, right now I am not in a position to give an appropriate answer for this.
So can I ask one question?
Mhm.
Sir, like many times there are questions like sir, as you also asked, in which we have some knowledge, but not complete knowledge. Now, sir, there are two thoughts regarding it. Some people say we should not like venture into such a territory because it may like look like a bluff, right, sir? And some section of people they say we should try to answer with logic and try to build up like as much as we know.
Let me highlight what I'm trying to say. If I say, Narinder, what is the height of Godwin Austen? Actual height, tell me in feet. If you say, sir, I am not aware. It's a factual thing. But if I say that, Narinder, what do you think? Which way India-China relations are heading towards? This is an opinion-based question. There you cannot say, I don't know. Do not miss the opportunity to present your opinion. And when you have half knowledge about something, you say it beforehand. Sir, I'm not fully aware about it. But if you give me an opportunity, with your kind permission, I would like to take an intelligent guess on it. Or I will try to answer it. If you grant your kind permission, they would be more than willing. Right? So this is the way you should go forward. Next, your smile was missing almost throughout the interview. It created a tense kind of environment within the room, as if you are very anxious, nervous, apprehensive, etc. A smile acts as an icebreaker. It lightens the mood of the members, right? They feel happy, and when they feel happy, they ask simple questions and they award you more marks. When the smile is gone, they feel that you are not enjoying their company. Do you get it? So please maintain that smile. And the smile should be erased only in places where the question is of grave nature. Like say, for example, if there is a question on rapes, murder, child marriage, poverty, illiteracy, you cannot smile on these affairs. Right? So maintain that smile. Do not show your whites, but a decent smile. Then it appeared that the confidence was low on several occasions, especially during the fag end of the interview. Your date of birth, you should be aware about it. If you fail to answer on things which emanate from the DAF, it shows that you are not fully aware about yourself. The slogan which I asked you to raise in Punjabi struggled a lot. So when the questions were on expected lines, you shut your answer immediately. But when I asked you a slogan, or by the end, when I asked you to a quote or something like a message for the youth, this is what I asked you. So, which was instantaneous, you struggled. A good quality that is desirable in a civil servant is decision making in crisis and coming up with something when you are under pressure. Yes. Do you understand that? That is what is being tested. I'm not interested in the slogan. That's why I said make anything. Don't try to make a poetic slogan. Rather, try to think something very quickly. And for this slogan, quote, because you have Punjabi literature, so prepare them in Hindi, English, Punjabi, everything. Right? Your mother tongue is what? Punjabi. So Punjabi and English, at least you prepare in these two languages. Answer precisely. Like one question was asked, which sports do you follow? You said, sir, sometimes I play cricket. That's what you said, right? And after that, you just ventured here and there. And then you started talking about weight training, which was not asked.
It is all.
Huh.
Yes.
The disaster in this entire interview was your northeast question, zonal preference.
I realize that.
You said disturbances. As a civil servant, what is the most important value? What are the four cardinal values which are required in a civil servant? One among them is fortitude, courage, right? And courage provides base to all other values like integrity, honesty. For all these things, you need courage. Courage is that foundation cement which anchors all these other values. So you said disturbances. It showcased as if you do not feel that's part of your own land, right? So never go. Your answer should be, sir, I have just exercised my options because UPSC gave me this opportunity, but I'm more than willing to serve in any part of the country in any capacity. UPSC deems me fit.
So one more reason that here is that sir, I have worked in South for some time.
Mm.
So there is like a cultural affinity to I have towards those states. So because of that affinity, I'm keeping them above as compared to others.
Do not go by that logic. Then there could be a counter question. Are you not willing to pull yourself outside your comfort zone?
Yes. What should be the answer?
The answer should be I'm willing to serve anywhere. I've just exercised my option. If there is a counter question, is this a random exercise? You say, no, sir, I have just one of the criteria that I have kept was the distance from my home state. But again, sir, as I said, I'm more than willing to serve anywhere because from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Arunachal to Gujarat, every part is my own land. Showcase these values, right? You are going to go into the Indian bureaucracy, which is the steel frame of the entire government,
Yes.
right? So you are shaking the pillars.
Yes, sir.
It also promotes regional thinking,
Yes.
right? Northeast divide, north-south divide,
Yes.
these kind of things. So do not do that. Service preferences, again, not handled properly. You say, sir, I have felt my preferences. This I felt is to the best of my own evaluation of my own potential. But I'm more than willing to serve because all services are prestigious, right? So work on these areas.
Yes.
When is your interview scheduled?
24.
24. So you have enough time. Work on these areas, Narinder, right? And your exit appeared to be very anxious. ऐसा लग रहा था आप बिल्कुल भागने को तैयार है.
Yes.
Yeah. So keep that thing also in mind. So this is my feedback. Other members will give their own.
Narinder,
Yes.
last time you said you faced the interview
Yes.
and you had complications, you introspected and came to the problem areas. But yet I realized, I felt you repeated a few mistakes here again. Right? Why were you overawed by the situation today? You seemed very, very apprehensive and lacking in confidence. I don't know why. I really don't see a reason. This is the third time you come up for the interview.
So that comes like when a series of questions.
Questions are asked and we don't know the answer, the confidence. In my case,
To be frank, you have not been asked grilling questions. You could have been asked much more grilling questions. Right? And what is this test all about? क्या बोला अभी? It is not a test of your knowledge. We are not testing any your knowledge. Your knowledge has been tested already. This is the test of your personality. And personality, have you heard of that Mehrabian principle? You know, when you define an individual, 55% of an individual personality is defined by his body language. 55%, 38% by his tone, and 7% only by his words. Just understand the importance of test of personality. What counts the most? Body language, and tone and tenor. Your tone was very, very low. You were speaking very, very softly, right? And your body language showed as if you are very, very tense. The moment you made an entry, I felt you were apprehensive. You came and stood here, like this. This is the way you stood. Sign of apprehension written large on your face, clearly visible. And the way you left, again visible. तो स्टार्ट से लेके एंड तक बीच में तो फिर होना ही होना था ना. So what happened? What happened actually? Why were you so?
वहां पे पिछले अच्छा यहाँ पर सर हुआ क्या कि शुरू में तो थोड़ी थी ही टेंशन देयर वाज बट क्या हुआ कि जो क्वेश्चंस आपने हॉकी वाले से पूछे फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चंस वो एक के बाद एक मिस होते गए तो वो एक तरह से लाइक माइंड पे
The basic idea is that just because you were not answering, I kept asking more and more questions about hockey because to put you under pressure, and you kept getting under pressure. And ultimately, what happened? आगे चल के 3-4 क्वेश्चंस के बाद the moment I have to ask anything, I don't know, sir. Where? I don't know, sir. I'm not sure, sir. खत्म. Tuck, 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 tuck. You kept answering. It just showed you buckled under pressure. And that is what we want to see. Whether you are buckling under pressure or not. You buckled. It's not a very good sign. So, see, you belong to Jalandhar. So Jalandhar is, Sansarpur is a cradle of hockey in India. So basic knowledge तो होनी चाहिए. Even I asked you for just 3 names. I should have actually asked you 11 names. 1960 के Olympics team का याद है आपको? 11 players of the team were from Punjab, from Sansarpur. Okay? Such a big place, such a huge place, mecca of hockey and cricket in India. उसमें भी आप सोच रहे हो. And when I asked about your date of birth किसे का, वहां पे भी you fumbled. वो तो हॉकी का क्वेश्चन नहीं था. अब याद करो लास्ट ईयर जब आप आए थे, लास्ट ईयर आपको बताया गया था कि what was your date of birth. I remember distinctly having told you what it was, and yet you forgot. Okay. Now remember what is the date of birth celebrated worldwide as. Then you also fumbled on the birthdays with whom you share. Princess Diana. Okay. You are a sportsman. Carl Lewis. You are from Punjab. Sardara Singh, hockey. Kamraj from India. I said, दो नाम बताओ from out of India. Then I said 2 names from India. Then I said, okay, ठीक है, 1 name from Punjab. No. So क्या हो रहा है? You're buckling under pressure. ठीक है? तो वहाँ पे, and when I said Arjun Singh, you said somebody from defense. It was not somebody from defense. It was a very, very great personality of Indian defense. Marshal of the Indian Air Force. Air Chief Marshal Arjun Singh. He's a big name. Victoria Cross winner, and he is no less than a legend. और लास्ट टाइम आपको बताया इसके बारे में मैंने, फिर भी क्यों नहीं याद किया? Why did you remember that? Because फादर का नाम अर्जुन सिंह है तो बात निकलेगी ना. Now, see, have you shaved today?
Yes.
लग नहीं रहा है.
नहीं आज किया है सर मेरे स्किल्स उतने अच्छे नहीं है शेविंग के एक्चुअली.
It looks as if you have shaved yesterday, not today. Okay? So make sure that you go well dressed. Your eye contact was jerky, let me tell you. आप ऐसे 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 करके देख रहे थे. That is not what was told to you last time also. Your eye contact has to be smooth. It should not be a stare and it should not be jerky either. Okay? And when you are looking at the person, the question जो पूछा जा रहा है, you're looking only at the person who's asking the question. But when you're answering, 10% time निकाल के 15%, 20% time, share your eyes, share your eye contact with everybody. Now your pitch of the voice was very low. That also showed you are not confident. Your eye contact showed you are not very confident. You were sitting on the edge in the beginning. It showed you are not confident. बाद में you became okay. But in the beginning you were sitting right on the edge of the seat. Exit was bad. Showed a lot of stress. There was no smile on your face. It showed that there is tension in you. Why are we saying all this? क्यों बोल रहे हैं ये सब कुछ? नहीं, finally, not only that, but also, remember, अभी क्या बोला आपको मैंने? What did I start with? 55% is body language, my dear friend. Personality में 55% is your body language. Body language में, if you are good in body language, 55% marks आपने ले लिए. Take it as that. ठीक है? You aim for that. वो तो आपके हाथ में है. ठीक है? And then when you were thinking, everybody you were looking down and sometimes you were looking up. Abhi bhi you are looking up. Change that. As rightly said, Northeast Carter wala question was a bomb. It was a bomb. It fell very flat, and please don't repeat that. और IIT रोपर के बारे में पूछा, then you started, most of the IITs होगा क्या आपको? No talk about रोपर. अरे आपको पूछा जा रहा है, what is your favorite food? Say my favorite food is dosa. या आलू का पराठा, खत्म बात ना. Why do you have to say I like all food? That's all. Make your answers as short as possible. Okay. Couple of instances on being asked a question, you replied by saying yes, sir. Don't answer. जो भी बोलना अपने, say it to yourself. Yes, sir should not be audible to us, right? And lastly, IAS, IRS, again, that also bombed, I thought. And well, that's all from my side. But overall, let me tell you, you have enough time. 23rd May, you said?
Yes.
डेढ़ महीना भी. You can really make it. And why are we saying all this? Because your tone and your body language, 93%. You can make a killing in that. You improve that. आपके कहीं नहीं गए 93% marks. 180 plus candidate हो आप. Whatever you get, आप उसमें add कर लो सीधे के सीधे 40 to 50 marks. Right? Work on it, please, in your own interest.
Yes.
Don't lose an opportunity like this. It's a golden opportunity you got. Okay? Learn from the past, but go for the bullseye this time. And take everything in the right spirit.
Yes, sir.
Because the purpose is what?
The final visit.
No. You have to hit the bullseye this time.
Yes.
Correct yourself so that you hit the bullseye and come out victorious.
Yes.
That's why we are here.
Yes.
Interview must have lasted only 30 minutes. Your feedback is lasting more than 30 minutes. बिल्कुल, that is the purpose.
मेरे को आज तक नहीं पता चला कि सर मैं ऊपर भी देखता हूँ कभी कभी जैसे सोच
और pitch of the voice को थोड़ा सा उठाओ. Raise the pitch of the voice a little bit so that we don't have to start thinking कि आप क्या बोल रहे हो. It should be, your voice should carry to my ears, not my thoughts to my ears.
Yes.
All the very best, Narinder.
Narinder, see, your Punjabi literature answers were good. Groundwater crisis you handled well. That question, even marriage question was handled well. But see, some improvements are required. Narinder, this is your third interview.
Yes.
So still, it seems that you are low on confidence. You have excessive body and head movements. Like when you are saying yes sir or no sir, you behave like this. Your head is also moving and your body is also moving. Little. Try to control that if possible. Uh,
Can I interrupt?
yeah, sure.
So like
When I want to say yes sir or some word, so a little movement of the head. Just
Your head was also moving as well as your body was also moving.
got it, sir.
Well, right. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. खाली आप head move करें और थोड़ा बोल दें. That is okay.
Keep both your shoulders in line. Right now you're sitting like Pushpa.
Your left shoulder is up.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the right way.
And throughout the interview, your smile was missing. So try to smile a little bit. So it will lighten the mood.
That's a natural reaction of me not to smile. Shall
If you are not smiling,
स्माइल पंजाबी हो या फिर हैं?
अगर आप स्माइल नहीं करेंगे तो it seems that you are apprehensive or nervous or even you are aggressive. है ना? कुछ भी मतलब निकाला जा सकता है.
Just
smile.
imagine you going for a bhangra and you are dancing like this. It's a natural tendency here, Punjab. में.
Many places you were speaking and thinking simultaneously. So avoid that. First think and then speak so that fumbling doesn't happen. स्पोर्ट्स वाले सेगमेंट में यू कंफ्यूज बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूज हो गए स्पेशली हॉकी वाले थोड़ा हाँ वो ठीक करें और डिजास्टर की बात हो ही चुकी है आपका दोनों वाला आंसर डिजास्टर था इवन आपका आईआरएस वाला आंसर भी डिजास्टर था
उसमें क्या कह सकते हैं?
क्यों प्रेफर कर रहे हैं हम आईएएस को?
आपको पर्सनल ग्रोथ बताया बीइंग अ सिविल सर्वेंट यू हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट आप पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट की बात करें आपको काम करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी कहाँ पे मिलेगी सर डाइवर्सिटी कहाँ मिलेगी उस तरीके से बात करें आपने बात कहाँ ले गए पर्सनल ग्रोथ सर मेरी करियर ग्रोथ अच्छी हुई है ना आपको अपने से ऊपर उठना है
डाइवर्सिटी को देख सकते हैं सर.
डाइवर्सिटी देन वर्क अपॉर्चुनिटीज वर्क ऑन द ग्राउंड दैट वुड हैव बीन बेटर आईआरएस में तो क्या है कि आप ऑफिस में बैठेंगे सर है ना तो आपको फील्ड में काम करना पसंद है दैट इज बाय आईएएस मेरा पहला है और आईपीएस दूसरा है क्योंकि मुझे फील्ड में काम करना पसंद
Just नरेंद्र, ये जो बात आपको बताई जा रही है, देखिए पर्सनल ग्रोथ इज द नेचुरल टेंडेंसी ऑफ एनी ह्यूमन बीइंग.
हाँ जी.
आप एक बहुत आइडियलिस्ट पोजीशन भी नहीं ले सकते कि मैं तो आया हूँ समाज को सब कुछ देने के लिए, उसके लिए तो फिर सोशल एक्टिविस्ट बनो, राइट? बट यहाँ पर क्या समझाया जा रहा है आपको कि आप उस चीज को एम्फेसिस कर दिए थे. ऐसा लग रहा था सुन के कि यू आर सी देयर इज इंडिविजुअल एस्पिरेशन and societal obligation. You have to strike a balance between that. You can say that by working there, I will also gain and grow as a person.
दास में ऐड कर सकते हैं पहले ये.
बस खत्म. हाँ,
पहले आप वो सब बात करिए डाइवर्सिटी वर्क अपॉर्चुनिटीज वर्किंग ऑन द फील्ड इंटरेक्टिंग विद द पीपल डायरेक्टली पहले उन सब की बात करिए एंड देन ऐड जो सर ने बोला कि सर साथ साथ में मेरा पर्सनल ग्रोथ भी होगा ठीक है दैट वुड हैव बीन अ बेटर आंसर and in the last slogan or quote which sir asked you to give in Punjabi I think Punjabi regarding motivation
or it was a message for you.
message for youth what was the message can you please repeat
So even I forgot actually.
see it was something like your idols should become your idols.
rivals.
See that is a bit aggressive quote or slogan so try to motivate them in such a fashion that they are inspired to work towards their goal but not in an aggressive manner. See, आप जब फ्रेंड्स की बात करते हैं तो आप उनको मोटिवेट करते हैं कि आपके आइडल्स को आप राइवल बना दीजिए दैट इज ओके लेकिन जब आप पब्लिक प्लेसेस में तो आपको सॉफ्ट मोटिवेशन करना है एग्रेसिव मोटिवेशन
मतलब अगर इसे आज की भाषा में समझाऊं तो हैशटैग एटीट्यूड नहीं होना चाहिए while you are saying your quote. ठीक है, हैशटैग पब्लिक स्पिरिट.
so that is my feedback Narinder ठीक है, यू वर्क ऑन दिस, और आपका थर्ड अटेम्प्ट है, थर्ड इंटरव्यू है, एंड दिस शुड बी द लास्ट इंटरव्यू। ऐसा है ना? सो इंटरव्यू में भी आप अगर ये इंप्रूवमेंट करेंगे ना, तो आपके 30 से 35 नंबर इजीली बढ़ जाएंगे, और कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, सिर्फ ये वाला इंप्रूवमेंट कर लीजिए आप। ठीक है, बाकी जो भी स्कोर आपको बताया जाएगा उसमें से 30-35 नंबर आप जोड़ लीजिए, अगर आप ये इंप्रूवमेंट करते हैं तो। और कोई भी कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल डिजास्टरस आंसर मत दीजिए, जैसे नॉर्थ ईस्ट हो गया, IRS वाला हो गया, है ना, तो उसमें थोड़ा काम है।
चलो अब वहां चलते हैं जहां से फीडबैक शुरू हुआ था। रेट योर परफॉर्मेंस ऑन अ स्केल ऑफ 10।
सर 6.57। सर वो डिजास्टर को लिया जाए फिर तो मैं बहुत ही लो कर दूंगा।
पर्सनालिटी पे फोकस करिए। ये पर्सनालिटी का इवैल्यूएशन, यू आर स्टिल माय डियर फ्रेंड, यू आर स्टिल इन द मेंस मोल्ड। बिल्कुल, ये एक अच्छा इवैल्यूएशन होगा। ठीक है, तो कितने मार्क्स का होता है इंटरव्यू टोटल? 275 का 50% कितना होगा? ठीक है, बट आप 50 नहीं, 50 से थोड़ा आगे है आपका परफॉर्मेंस, 5 पॉइंट समथिंग। द बोर्ड हैज अवॉर्डेड यू टुडे 155। ठीक है, बट इफ यू वर्क ऑन दीज एरियाज डियर, स्पेशली जो अगर ये गलतियां आप ठीक कर दो, अगर वो दो आंसर भी नहीं देते डिजास्टर, तो इसमें ऐड कर लो 25। 25 तो वहीं कट गए उन आंसर्स की वजह से।
वो गलतियां बहुत बड़ी।
ठीक है, तो 180 हो गया, 170 हो गया, इमीडिएटली 170 पार हो गया, 180 हो गया, और 180 प्लस चांसेस है नरेंद्र, यू आर गोइंग इन एंड इन एज एन IAS ऑफिसर।
170 अबे
तो आई विल गेट अ रैंक, अच्छा रैंक आ जाएगा।
Your dream service.
यस सर।
For that, aim 180 plus, and you
Answer.
are student who can do that.
हाँ
Well, I know you, that's why I'm saying this. You have all the potential.
अभी बट आप हेड ऑफ बॉडी मूवमेंट ज्यादा कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा
आप शीशे के सामने ना बैठ के थोड़ी बातें करिए, अपने मोबाइल फोन से अपने वीडियोस बनाइए, टेबल पे रख के डाइनिंग टेबल पे बैठ जाइए, कुछ बोलिए किसी भी इशू पे, खुद से एक सवाल करिए, यूक्रेन रशिया क्राइसिस, हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट इंडियाज पोजीशन, इस पे एक राय दीजिए। 1 मिनट में बोलने का प्रयास कीजिए, 3-4 मिनट नहीं मिलने वाला, मीन्स थोड़ी ना 7 मिनट में आंसर दोगे पूरा, फिर तो सोचो 10 क्वेश्चन हो गए तो कितने मिनट, 70 मिनट नहीं हो सकता ना। तो होने आपके पास करीब 25-30 क्वेश्चन और 35 मिनट मिलने हैं, तो सोच लो कितना मिनट मिला पर क्वेश्चन, ऐसे सोच के देखो ना,
2-3 सेकंड सोचने के
ऑब्जेक्टिव हो जाओ ना। 60 मतलब 60 सेकंड सारे आंसर के लिए मिले जरूरी नहीं। So as sir has rightly pointed out, this is being done for what? For your improvement, so that you get selected here.
तो काफी पॉइंट्स अच्छे मिले हैं।
आई थिंक इनसे काफी इम्प्रूवमेंट।
कैटेगोरिकली सेड नो इन टेलर्स प्रिंसिपल। पेवर और टेलर तो मेन पिलर है मैनेजमेंट के, आपने पढ़ा तो होगा ना टेलर के बारे में, साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट टेलर, फेडरिक टेलर टेलर, और प्रश्न कर लेंगे
वो भी नहीं कर पाए।
ठीक है नरेंद्र, कुछ आप पूछना चाहते हैं?
इस वाले में मुझे और चीजें और
ठीक है, डेफ का हर सेक्शन आपका हमने टच कर लिया है, आप स्कोर पढ़िए और आपके पास काफी वक्त है इम्प्रूव करने के लिए। ऑल बेस्ट।